Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So, you clicked on this video because you want to ace those exams, huh? Who doesn't, right? I mean, besides the people who already know everything, and those people are probably reading novels for fun right now. Anyway, we're not literary geniuses. Yet, we're students. And being a student is tough. It's like trying to juggle flaming chainsaws while riding a unicycle on a tightrope over a pit of... You get the picture. It's a lot, but don't worry, I got you. All right, let's kick things off with a classic mistake, the dreaded all-nighter. We've all been there, right? The exam is tomorrow, the panic is setting in, and suddenly that triple-shot espresso seems like a fantastic idea. But here's the thing, folks. Pulling an all-nighter is like trying to cram a whole week's worth of laundry into the dryer at once. It just doesn't work. You might get some stuff dry, but most of it's going to come out wrinkled, damp, and smelling like burnt socks. And your brain, well, your brain's a lot like that dryer. Depriving yourself of sleep is like hitting the pause button on your brain's download progress bar. So, do yourself a favor and ditch the all-nighter. Instead, aim for at least 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep every night. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Ever feel like your brain just checks out after like 20 minutes of studying? Yeah, mine too. It's like trying to watch a marathon of your favorite show. Eventually, you just need a break. Well, good news everyone. There's a scientifically proven method for combating study fatigue, and it's called the Pomodoro Technique. Here's the gist. You work in focused bursts of 25 minutes followed by a 5-minute break. Think of it like interval training for your brain. You sprint, you rest, you sprint again. And the best part, those 5-minute breaks, they're your secret weapon. Use them wisely. Get up, stretch, grab a snack, do a little dance, whatever helps you recharge. Trust me, the Pomodoro Technique is a game changer. Okay, have you ever heard the saying, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough? Well, that's basically the heart and soul of the Feynman technique. Here's how it works. Pick a topic you're trying to learn, grab a piece of paper or your trusty notes app, and imagine you're explaining it to a 5-year-old. And I mean really imagine it. What analogies would you use? What examples would make sense to someone who still thinks adulting is a made-up word? The Feynman technique is like having a built-in study buddy who also happens to be brutally honest about your comprehension skills. Sometimes a little tough love is exactly what we need to ace those exams. Chapter 4. The Memory Palace. Unlock your inner Sherlock. Ever wish you could just download information directly into your brain, Matrix style? Well, until science invents that particular piece of tech, we've got the next best thing. The Memory Palace technique. Ready to build your own memory palace? Here's the blueprint. First, picture a place you know like the back of your hand. Your house, your school, that coffee shop you practically live in. Got it? Good. Now think of specific rooms or areas within that location. Those are going to be your memory slots. Next, take the information you need to remember and start associating it with those memory slots. Get creative. Let's say you're trying to memorize the steps of photosynthesis. Maybe you imagine sunlight pouring through your living room window, energizing a plant that's chilling on your coffee table. Then you picture water molecules doing a little dance in your kitchen sink, representing the absorption of water. The more vivid and outlandish your associations, the better they'll stick in your mind. It's like turning your brain into a personalized, interactive museum of knowledge. Chapter 5. Stop highlighting. It's a trap. Let's be honest, highlighting can be strangely satisfying. But here's the cold, hard truth. Highlighting is more often a form of procrastination disguised as studying than an actual effective study technique. Instead of falling into the highlighting trap, try this instead, active recall. Read a section of text, close the book, and then try to write down everything you remember. Then go back and check your notes against the original text. See where you messed up? That's where the real learning happens. Active recall forces your brain to work harder. And that extra effort makes all the difference when it comes to remembering information. Chapter 6. Optimize your study environment. All right, let's talk about your study space. Is it a haven of focus and concentration, or does it resemble a disaster zone after a particularly enthusiastic study montage in a movie? If it's the latter, don't worry, you're not alone. But we can definitely do better. First things first, clutter. It's the enemy of focus. Now, I'm not saying your desk needs to be surgically clean and organized. We're not robots, but a little tidying up can go a long way. Clear away any unnecessary distractions, find a home for all those loose papers, and maybe light a scented candle if you're feeling fancy. Next up, sound. Are you the type who thrives in silence, or do you need a little background noise to drown out the siren song of procrastination? Whatever your preference, make sure your study space is equipped to handle it. And finally, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or rather, the smartphone in your pocket. It's the ultimate distraction, the black hole of productivity. So here's the tough love. When it's study time, put that phone on airplane mode, lock it in a drawer, or use one of those apps that temporarily blocks your access to social media. Your brain will thank you. And there you have it, science-backed study techniques that actually work. So next time you sit down to study, don't just highlight like a maniac or pull an all-nighter fueled by caffeine and regret. Study smarter, not harder. Remember, you've got this. Now go forth and conquer those exams. Show those textbooks who's boss. And while you're at it, don't forget to have some fun along the way. Learning shouldn't feel like a chore. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. What's your biggest study struggle? Let's figure it out together.